Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my top 5 favorite, well obviously they would be my favorite, they're my top 5 setting sprays. So I don't think I've ever done a video like this before, mostly because I think I was only ever really using one setting spray for many years, and I realized the other day that I've actually racked up a couple and I absolutely love them for various different reasons. I'm going to be sharing them with you today. They're not going to be in any kind of specific order because I don't necessarily have a favorite. I like all of them for a variety of different reasons, but the main reason obviously being that it sets my makeup, stops it coming off throughout the day, stops it creasing, stops it fading, stops the foundation from separating on the face, and that's what pretty much all of these do perfectly. 3 of these came out this year and one has been out since forever, and another one, I'm just looking at them, that's why I'm reminding myself, and one of them came out last year. So the first one is this one here. This is the NYX The Face Glue setting spray. I have raved about its counterpart primer, which is absolutely excellent, so it's not a surprise that the combination of them two and the setting spray is great as well. I feel like it's almost finished because it is quite small. So NYX only released this fairly recently, I'd say within the last 3 to 4 months, and it is a transfer resistant makeup setting spray. I have actually done reviews on most of these in great detail, but this one I never did, so I'm going to go off what they say about the website. It says it literally extends makeup wear to up to 24 hours, which it does, forms a waterproof barrier, which I would agree with, and is fade and transfer resistant, which I would also agree with, which is why it's almost finished because I've been using it that much. This makeup extender sprays so smoothly, doesn't mess up makeup, and feels weightless, giving all the grip with none of the icky stick. So it's not sticky, but one thing that I would say about this is it has got a fairly high alcohol content in here, and as a result of that you have to make sure that you don't overly apply this. When it comes to setting sprays with a high amount of alcohol content, you do have to be careful because the whole purpose of alcohol is to act as almost like a dehydrator, so it sucks out any oils and things like that on your face. But the problem also is that if you apply too much, your face can feel quite tight and restricted. So with this one, it's great to apply a very even mist and it keeps everything locked in place. I'm wearing this on my face today. This is definitely an excellent setting spray. It definitely makes sure that your makeup is pretty much transfer resistant. The thing is, a lot of brands claim to be transfer resistant, and yeah, it's kind of, and a little bit. I'd say this is about 95% resistant. Sometimes some of my powder does tend to come off, I've noticed, but that's more so if I'm actually actively rubbing it off with like a tissue to check that it's transfer resistant. But this is great at very much gluing down the makeup onto your face and leaving it refreshed up until you remove it at night. The next one is this baby here. This one I did do a review on. I will link all my reviews in the info bar below just so that you can check them out in more detail. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. This is 36-hour no transfer. So that is 24-hour one was the previous one, and this one is obviously almost double. Now the one thing I'm a little bit unsure about is, does this come with a lid? Because if it does, that's great. Well, obviously it came off, and if it doesn't, it really should have one. I've actually got 2 of these as backups because I got them as part of a deal on Boots' £10 Tuesday. Every Tuesday they release a bunch of offers, a bunch of makeup, skincare, vitamin, health and well-being and that kind of stuff for £10. So I bought 2 of these for 10. So the reason why I like this so much is because it does exactly what it says. 3-second setting mist. You spray this evenly over your face. Within 3 seconds everything is set and you are good to go. The only thing about this is another one which has got quite a high alcohol content, which means that if you accidentally overspray it, which is possible because I find that the spray is actually quite harsh. It's not like a soft mist like the other ones, so you have to hold it quite far to get that mist. But the problem also is that this is very similar to a hairspray, and for example, if I was to spray it on my face right now, it would obviously go around the outside edges and they end up becoming crunchy. So I would advise, if you can, try to cover that area before you apply your setting spray, and to obviously be careful with the amount that you apply, because whereas the previous one, yep, okay, if you apply too much you can feel that tightness. this is almost triple the amount of tightness, so you do have to be careful. All those warnings aside, if you manage to figure out how to actually apply this properly to your face, you will absolutely love it. Nothing moves on the face, nothing moves. This is an excellent setting spray and I'm very happy with it. Next up is one that came out earlier on in the year. This is Huda Beauty's Easy Bake Setting Spray. I've got the normal size version and I've got the mini version. This was on offer on Boots £10 Tuesday, which is why £10 Tuesday is so good, because I think this normally retails at 15, so I got it for 10 and I took it abroad with me. Came in very handy, and I obviously bought the larger version when it first came out. So obviously the Easy Bake Setting Spray is a counterpart to the very famous and very popular Easy Bake Setting Powder, which is my ride or die, my holy grail. Absolutely love it to death. Have used it multiple times, and I was obviously going to jump right on that bandwagon and buy the setting spray when it was released. Now what it says on here is that it contains rice starch, niacinamide, hyaluronic acids, alcohol-free, fragrance-free. Now the reason why this is so good is because it contains rice starch, which again soaks up oil. So when you spray this onto your face, you are less likely to have any breakdown of your makeup. And the reason why this is so good, and I did test this out when I took this to the south of Spain with me last month, and it was 35 degrees. I sprayed this on my makeup every single day, and despite the fact that I was in such high heat, my makeup did not budge. My makeup did not go shiny, it didn't crack, it didn't melt, it didn't separate, and it was all down to this. Now the fact that it contains all this skincare is irrelevant to me. I just need to make sure that the makeup doesn't move around on my face throughout the day. Also, because of the fact that it contains rice starch, it also leaves a very nice, soft, very airbrushed finish to the face. It's got a very fine mist, so it's very easy to get an even application all over. And obviously the fact that it doesn't rely on having alcohol is great, because like I said, alcohol can actually cause that tightness. However, another thing that I have noticed is if you overdo it, you do get that tightness on your face. So again, beware. Another negative thing that I have about this, despite the fact that it's such a great product, is that if I haven't used it in a while, I've noticed that the nozzle gets clogged, and it's happened to both of these. And that is because it contains the rice starch. Because what you have to do with this, you can't really see because it's got this dark kind of casing around it. You have to actually shake it to combine everything for it to then work properly on your face, because the rice starch actually separates and it settles along the bottom of this. And what happens obviously is that if I haven't used this within a couple of days, because for example I'm using one of my other setting sprays, the nozzle area gets stuck and I have to use like almost like, there's the nozzle area there, and I have to use like a pin or my nail to try and unclog it. Let's see how it is right now. Can you see I'm pressing it and it's stuck because I haven't used it. It's stuck. Can you see nothing's coming out even though it's 3/4 full? There, now it's coming out, and it's coming out downwards for some reason. So that is went on my tongue. So that is a minus about this product. However, if you can get past that, you will absolutely love this as much as I do. The fourth one is the brand new, again recently released, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray Matte Blur. So this is obviously, it's in the name, it is supposed to give you an airbrush flawless finish and also give you a matte finish, which is exactly what it does. I love this. I've given this a 10 out of 10 in my recent review video. So it mattifies, it smooths, and it sets everything all day, which is what it definitely does do. It also claims to prime and set for up to 16 hours, which is what it does. Oil and shine control, yep, definitely. Waterproof, yes. No melting, no fading, no creasing, and your face looks basically flawless, poreless, airbrushed and perfect, and who doesn't want that? And another thing I love about this is that once I've sprayed it over my face feels like velvet. It leaves like a velvet finish over the skin, and I love that about this. This is another one that you have to shake it to make sure that you combine everything. However, I have not noticed that this area here gets clogged because it's a different type of pump, so it comes out like a lovely fine mist. And again, went on my tongue. And overall, I think this is an excellent setting spray, and I'm very happy with this as well. Last but not least, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to share this, I thought that I will because quite a few of you will be in a similar situation to me. It's the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. And the reason why I was hesitant to show this is because this one was the one that was made by Skindinavia. It says it on the back. Now Skindinavia is a separate company to Urban Decay, but they're the ones that have been responsible for making this product for all those years. But very recently, I think a few months ago, they decided to separate ways with Urban Decay, and and Urban Decay are now coming out with a different version but with the same name. So I haven't tried the new one, plus I've got this and another 2 backups. So I'm still going to be using this, like I'm sure many of you are as well. Now the thing that I've always loved about this and why I was always so happy to use this and have this as a holy grail, I wouldn't say it's a holy grail now because I love the other ones so much as well, and I think that I actually prefer the other ones to this. However, it's still a favorite. It's still a 16-hour wear, lightweight, temperature control technology setting spray. So it stops your makeup melting, it stops it fading, it stops it breaking down. It doesn't leave a matte or a shiny finish, it leaves a normal skin type of finish. And the main thing that I loved about this was that I could spray layer upon layer upon layer and I would not get that tightness that you get with literally every single one of the other ones. Actually, not the Charlotte Tilbury one, forgive me, but all the other ones you get that tightness if you overspray. So at least with this one you wouldn't have to worry about that. Now I have, like I said, I've not tried the newer one. Let me know in the info bar below if you have tried the newer one and whether you think this one is better or worse, and whether or not it's worth me purchasing it again in the future. But for now, this is still very much a favorite of mine. Oh, and another thing, because I know you guys will ask, because I always forget, because I don't always film my videos and post them there and then. The lipstick I'm wearing on my lips is this L'Oreal one. This is the Laque Resistance liquid lipstick in Drunk in Rose. Such a lovely autumnal shade. It's gorgeous. A bit sticky, but it still doesn't come off. So that's it for my top 5 favorite setting sprays. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Wishing you all beautiful, flawless, and obviously beautifully set skin, and I'll see you all in the next video.